she did not own Rose. Rose was my dog. She never paid a dime for her. There was never any agreement for her to make a payment for her. I'm not sure when she even came up with this $340 because that never happened.
Here's where I'm confused.
Yes, ma'am.
I need to understand what this co-ownership looks like. I don't understand how two people can own a dog.
So it's something that happens all the time, actually, with breeders. The person pays no monetary amount for the dog. They actually hold possession of the dog. And then when you breed the dog, you get the puppies. But my co-ownership with her was that she would actually get a puppy, and she could sell that puppy, keep the puppy, whatever decision she wanted to make.
What happens to Rose?
So Rose is still there. She would keep Rose, but I didn't think that she would actually keep the puppy. I thought that she would actually just sell the puppy, keep Rose. But like I said she no longer wanted the co-ownership, and that's on page 21.
No, I get it. You wanted to draft something. Obviously, you didn't.
Right.
She didn't sign anything.
Right.
But that was what you verbally had agreed to, was to own Rose together.
That was the agreement.
Was that the agreement initially?
I own Rose. She breeds Rose.
Then why were you okay with her saying, hey, I'm going to draw up something in writing
So
for
we wouldn't be
hold
here.
on, for co-ownership, and you agreed at some point?
No. She changed it 15 times. And both dogs were not breedable. Jet had too many medical issues, and then Rose had psychological issues. They were not breedable. So it went back and forth in her mind, in her text, at least 5 times.
At one point, she texts and says, I will get the contract together for co-ownership after your 2-week trial period is up to ensure you really want to
I remember that text. And we didn't even have a 2-week trial period. She made it up. She literally...
Ma'am, what did you say? How did you respond to that?
I don't know.
I will tell you, because you said you remembered.
I probably said yes. I said yes to that. I said yes to paying her. I said yes to everything.
Stop.
I said yes.
Absolutely, I do. Let's do it.
Yeah.
For the co-ownership.
For anything. Anything she texted me, I said yes.
Mean to you, ma'am?
You can have the puppies. I want a companion. I'm suicidal. I'm having a divorce. I need a companion. You make a ton of money, and you're fine. And you bought dogs that were unbreedable, unchipped, untaken care of, and I was helping you.
Why would they be untaken care of?
Because you traveled too much and you bought something you couldn't afford to take care of.
That's not true.
That's true.
Hold on. Y'all are not going to talk to each other. Y'all are going to talk to me.
5 months. I had Rose for 5 months by myself because she was my dog. She wasn't just there for fun. She was there until I took care of her so that she could be breeded for her. I just needed a companion.
Your understanding of the co-ownership was that she was just going to use Rose to breed.
That's why she bought her. And that's fine. She didn't want a companion. I did.
So originally, my kids asked for puppies. I didn't want a dog. Both of my kids had been wanting dogs for a long time. So I didn't just buy them for breeding purposes, but if I had to pick a dog, I chose the French bulldogs because they're small. I chose the French bulldogs because we could breed them and make some money off of them. Yes, I did do that, but that's not an indictment on me. And to say that I couldn't take care of the dogs, I purchased the dogs. I make enough money to take care of the dogs. I basically allowed her to take the dog because she was in a fragile situation. Like she said, she was going through a divorce. Her dog had died. I was trying to help out a friend, but for her to sit here and say she gave me money first, which is untrue, then to sit here and say that I gave her the dog, which is untrue, she just is elaborating on the lie even when you're telling her what she stated.
I never gave you money.
Ms. Henderson, let's just say that you're right, that you owned Rose. At some point, did you give up ownership when you text the plaintiff and said, this is too much, I live in a small apartment, I can't take care of Rose anymore?
I have anxiety and depression issues due to my divorce. I probably said that 5 or 6 times, and she only got 1 text message. Absolutely, I went back and forth. I was going through a lot.
That's not true.
By myself.
She never went back and
hold
forth.
on.
She changed her mind 3 or 4 times. That's fine. But at the end of the day, I liked having Rose there with me. She knew that.